Welcome to the 200th episode of the Diverse Thinking Different Learning podcast. Yes, you heard that right. This is episode 200. I'm Dr. Karen Wilson, and I am so excited to celebrate this milestone with you. Today, we're taking a journey through some of the most impactful and memorable moments from our past podcasts. We have reached an incredible 77,000 downloads, and I could not have done it without your support. Please join me in diving into our most downloaded episodes. If you haven't listened to them yet, now is your chance, and you can find links to each of these episodes in the show notes.
Millions of kids struggle with learning, processing, and social emotional difficulties. These challenges interfere with their ability to reach their full potential. Dr. Karen Wilson is here to help. Her extensive background in pediatric neuropsychology and higher education have prepared her for this unique mission. Listen as she delivers content to inform, educate, and empower parents and educators. This will enable you to identify challenges that kids face and get them on the road to achieving their full potential. This is Diverse Thinking, Different Learning by ChildNEXUS.
Kicking off our countdown at number 10 is episode 183, my conversation with Rosalin Abigail Kyere-Nartey. Rosalin's journey with dyslexia was not only inspiring, but also a profound reminder of the power of international collaboration and the importance of fostering strong global partnerships to drive meaningful change. And if you haven't listened, Rosalin's story highlighted the cultural challenges and stigmas surrounding dyslexia in different parts of the world. Her advocacy work in Ghana and the impact she has had on raising awareness and providing support for dyslexic children is truly remarkable. This episode emphasized the need for global dialogue and cooperation in addressing neurodiversity. At number 9, we have Dr. Ellen Braaten's insights on slow processing speed. That's episode 61. This episode resonated with so many parents and educators, shedding light on a common but often misunderstood challenge. Dr. Braaten provided practical strategies that helped countless children thrive. Her explanation of how slow processing speed affects a child's daily life, from academics to social interactions, was truly eye-opening. She offered concrete advice on how to support these children, emphasizing patience and the importance of individualized learning strategies. We also heard from parents that this episode empowered them to better understand and advocate for their children's needs. Coming in at number 8 is episode 67. This is the episode where Dr. John Piacentini shared invaluable advice on understanding and managing child anxiety. Now, his expertise helped parents differentiate between typical worries and more serious anxiety issues, and offered much needed guidance and reassurance. In this episode, Dr. Piacentini delved into the signs and symptoms of anxiety disorders in children and provided parents with tools to identify when to seek professional help. His practical tips on creating a supportive environment at home and the importance of early intervention was particularly beneficial. This episode offered a lifeline to parents struggling to understand and support their anxious child. It was actually one of the episodes that led us to create a mini course to support parents who have anxious kids. At number 7 is episode 79, How to Develop Social Thinking Skills with Michelle Garcie Winner. And that episode really stands out because of Michelle Garcie Winner's practical approach to social cognition. And it has inspired many parents and professionals to support neurodiverse children in building meaningful social connections. Michelle's social thinking methodology provides a framework for understanding and teaching social skills that are often intuitive for neurotypical individuals, but challenging for neurodivergent children. She shared really incredible strategies and exercises that can be easily implemented at home and at school, making social learning accessible and effective. Number 6 is Dr. Barry Prizant's episode on harnessing children's passions and enthusiasms. That is episode 80. Dr. Prizant's positive and affirming perspective on neurodiversity reminded us all of the unique strengths and potential in every child. His focus on strengths-based approaches and his encouragement to view neurodiverse traits as superpowers rather than deficits was incredibly uplifting and helpful for so many families. He shared stories of children whose passions became the foundation for their success, and that offered a refreshing and hopeful outlook on neurodiversity. Dr. Russell Barkley's episode on raising a child with ADHD takes the 5th spot. His expertise and clear, actionable advice have been a lifeline for parents navigating the complexities of ADHD for some time. In this episode, Dr. Barkley's conversation covered the critical aspects of managing ADHD, including structure, consistency, and the use of evidence-based interventions. His emphasis on understanding ADHD as a neurodevelopmental disorder and the importance of early and ongoing support provided parents with a roadmap for fostering their child's development, and beyond treatment and educational support, provided practical strategies that parents, again, can use at home to support their children and teens. In the 4th place is episode 99, my conversation with Dr. Stephen Hinshaw about ADHD in girls. This really was a game changer for so many parents. Dr. Hinshaw broke down stereotypes and highlighted the unique challenges for girls with ADHD. His insights have been crucial in advocating for better understanding and support for girls with ADHD. In this episode, Dr. Hinshaw addressed the often overlooked presentation of ADHD in girls, including the internalization of symptoms that can lead to underdiagnosis. And he and I both expressed the need for research and tailored interventions for girls with ADHD, a needed step toward gender equity in ADHD treatment and support. Dr. Sally Shaywitz's episode 111 on dyslexia comes in at number 3. It was an honor to interview this pioneer whose work and dedication to addressing the reading crisis has inspired me and so many others to take action and seek the best support for children who are struggling with reading. Dr. Shaywitz's comprehensive approach to dyslexia, including her emphasis on early screening and evidence-based reading interventions, have been truly transformative. Her advocacy for the Sea of Strengths model, which focuses on leveraging the strengths of dyslexic individuals, has changed the way we view and support dyslexia. This was another episode that really propelled us and encouraged us to build a mini course to support parents who are raising kids who are struggling with reading and dyslexia. Episode 124 takes the 2nd spot. This is Dr. Sandra Loo's episode on non-medication treatments for ADHD. Her innovative approaches provide hope and alternatives for parents seeking different ways to support their children. Now, in this episode, Dr. Loo discusses trigeminal nerve stimulation, a very exciting advancement in non-medication treatment alternatives for children with ADHD. She discusses how it works to generate brain activity and shares the benefits of treatment. Dr. Loo also discussed mindfulness, neurofeedback, and cognitive training, and highlighted their potential benefits and also the latest research supporting their use. Her focus on individualized treatment plans and the importance of a multidisciplinary approach offered valuable insights for families exploring non-medication options for treating ADHD. And finally, the top moment. This is the episode that got the most downloads, and it is Dr. Liz Angoff's discussion on helping kids understand their amazing brains, episode 137. Dr. Angoff's approach to explaining neurodiversity to children has empowered many to embrace their differences and recognize their strengths. Her strategies for communicating with children about differences in the way their brains are organized is positive and empowering, and she does so in a way that can be incredibly impactful. She provided practical tools and language that parents and educators can use to help children understand and appreciate their unique brains And what that does is it fosters self-awareness and self-advocacy. Now, while some of these episodes may be the most downloaded episodes with ChildNEXUS professionals have been some of my absolute favorites and really highlight the expertise and support available in our communities. I encourage you all, if you listen to the end of this episode, to explore episodes you may not have heard and check out professionals in our community who provide direct support to students and families. Now, soon you will be able to search episodes on our website by topic, and we have got some really great surprises coming your way. So stay tuned. As we close out our 200th episode, I can't believe I'm saying that, but I am. As we close out our 200th episode, I am filled with so much gratitude for all of you who have been with us along this journey. Some of you from the very first episode. Your support is what keeps us going. And to commemorate this milestone, we would love for you to share your thoughts. If you've enjoyed what you've heard, please consider giving us a 5-star rating wherever you listen to podcasts or leaving us a review. Your feedback helps others find our podcast and join this community dedicated to spreading the message of inclusion, understanding, and empowerment for all children. Here's to many episodes to come. Thank you so much for listening.
Thanks for listening to Diverse Thinking, Different Learning by ChildNEXUS. For more resources, visit us online at childnexus.com.